What is up, Division 2 agents? This is Gamer for Life back with another Division 2 build video. Today we are going to talk about the latest addition to our arsenal, highly anticipated by a lot of agents out there, and as you will see in the gameplay, this gun proved to be a go-to gun for anyone who loves to play scoped in, and that gun is the Vindicator, our newest exotic rifle. As you heard, this is a scoped in gun, so if that playstyle is not your thing, then this may not be for you. But as many of my returning viewers know, one of the things this channel is all about is trying different playstyles, so I would urge you to at least give it a shot. I enjoy this build so much that it will have a permanent loadout on my main character. First, we'll go over how you acquire this gun, and there is only one way to get it. And that is playing Descent and using the currency you get from that game mode to buy it at the NSA vendor. So you can see we have an NSA station here. There's also one at the settlement, I believe where Wally is. So if you go to Wally at the settlement, you can buy it over there too. Alright, so you can see we have the NSA station right here, and if you go in, you can see they gave us a lot of stuff that you can buy now with the currency from Descent. And towards the bottom we have the Vindicator. I'm not exactly sure how this vendor works right now, so I don't know if next week when the vendors reset, if this gun will have different roles on it. So I would definitely come pick this up as soon as possible if you don't have it already, so you can get it with it having damage to target out of cover on it. The way you get this Descent currency is by taking out the named bosses in the arenas, and also throughout your Descent gameplay they will have random rooms with named bosses as well that will give out this currency too. And the currency goes higher and higher the more named enemies you take out. So now that we know how to get this gun, let's go ahead and go over this build. So I've tried a lot of different variations of this build, trying to see the best way, in my opinion, of dealing out damage, having a bit of survivability, and I also wanted to focus on getting this gun to shoot like a laser beam with extremely fast reload speed. And this is the setup I settled on. So we'll go over the gear pieces first. We have one piece of Seska, which gives us plus 10% crit chance, and everything is going to be rolled with crit damage, crit chance, the mods, 2 crit chance mods, and 1 crit damage mod, as you see on this piece. And as we go over it, you'll see we have 2 blues. We also have 5 red cores. All pieces are 12% for the expertise, except for our chest piece, 13%. Second piece we have is a Grupo plus 15% critical hit damage for its brand set bonus, and this talent that we have on this backpack is Vigilance. Increases total weapon damage by 25%. Taking damage disables this buff for 4 seconds. And we'll go over the Petrov pieces in a minute, but we do have the Fox's Prayer. We get 10% rifle damage for the brand set bonus, and this named item gives us plus 8% damage to target out of cover. We also have the Picaro's holster, 10% skill haste for the brand set bonus, and this named item gives us plus 15% weapon damage as an attribute, so that's why I say we have 5 red cores. And then the Petrov pieces, of course, contractor gloves. The 2 brand set bonuses is plus 10% LMG damage and plus 15% weapon handling. And this named item gives us 8% damage to armor. And that 2-piece brand set bonus is what we're really focusing on with this build as well, which is getting our gun to shoot like a laser beam. Since it's not automatic and we're continuously hitting our trigger button, we want to make sure that that gun is staying as steady as possible. And that's why I'm using this named item. I'm not even going to attempt the name, but you can see it there. And the reason we have this is for the talent Perfect Braced. While in cover, weapon handling is increased by 50%. So yes, this gun is definitely going to be shooting like a laser beam, and the reload speed is going to be amazing. And there's only one way to get this chest piece, and that is over here on the gunner in the field research. It is, just your second reward So you can see the objectives on stage 2. You take out Lieutenant Kelly in the Air and Space Museum on normal or harder difficulty, and then defeat bleeding enemies. You do that, you'll get the blueprint to this chest piece. Then you can come over here to your crafting station and craft that bad boy, as you can see here. Alright, so now we'll go over the star of the show, Vindicator. You can see everything's maxed out. The talent Ortiz assault interface, while scoped, the weapon will highlight a random body section of each enemy. The weapon deals plus 75% weapon damage to highlighted body sections. Now, this 75% I do believe is a visual glitch, because this is not supposed to be 75. As you can see in the patch notes, the weapon deals plus 40% weapon damage, not 75. So yes, I do believe that's a visual glitch, and we're just getting that 40. And I think that is something they are going to change in TU 20.1, which should be in probably a couple of weeks. But still, beautiful talent and dealing out a lot of extra damage. Then as a secondary, I do have the Black Friday, again maxed out on everything. That total damage is just ridiculous. And the talent is perfectly unhinged, grants plus 22% weapon damage at the cost of minus 25% stability and minus 25% accuracy, which really doesn't matter because we make up for that with the weapon handling that we're going to have on this build. In the stats on this thing, you can see with the Vindicator, we are sitting at 50% crit chance, 161% crit damage, beautiful. 80% headshot damage, 8% armor damage. If you want to take a look at our bonuses, you can see we have the 15% weapon handling that we have just from our Petrov piece. Stability is at 40%, accuracy at 40%, and then 25% reload speed bonus at the moment. Because as we know, weapon handling affects your swap speed, stability, accuracy, and reload speed. So when we are in cover and we get that extra 50% weapon handling, then all of these go up 50%. So while we're in cover, immediately we have 90% stability, 90% accuracy, and 75% reload speed. And that's going to get even higher when we go over our specialization. So if you want to take a look at the Black Friday, we just 55% crit chance, 154 crit damage, 85 headshot damage, and 14% armor damage. And the main reason we have that Black Friday is if an enemy does get close, since this Vindicator is a scoped in gun, we can switch over to the Black Friday and take out any enemies that may rush us that we don't take out with our Vindicator. And the skills we are using, these skills are both for trying to take the heat off of us, trying to keep the enemies busy. That way we can stay scoped in as long as possible, taking these enemies out. So we have the decoy, expertise is at 10, mods plus 7.5 health and 7.5 duration. We also have the striker drone, expertise 15, 7.2 duration, 9.7 health, 4.8 damage. And we can take a look at the specialization. Now I know what you're saying, bro, this is a rifle, why are you not using sharpshooter? Well, sharpshooter is more geared towards, headshot damage. The way the Vindicator is set up, you never know where on the enemy you're going to be shooting, because wherever it highlights the enemy is where you're going to want to shoot the enemy, and it is not always a headshot. So that is why we went with the gunner. And this has some beautiful perks to go with what we were aiming for on this build. And one of the things to have a bit more survivability is killing enemies grants 10% armor. Then every third reload is 50% faster. So you couple this with all of the weapon handling that this build is going to have, every third reload is just lightning quick. It's like you're not even reloading. And then armor kits repair 100% armor and grant 30% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Banshee Pulse, if you choose to use that. Generate 10% of total ammo capacity every 60 seconds. Party members recover 5%. Another beautiful thing, this will get us to 100% weapon handling, 10% weapon handling while not moving. You need to be motionless for 1 second. And with this being such a cover shooter build, you know, you're almost always going to be motionless for that 1 second just shooting your gun. 50% pulse resistance and rate of fire increases by 5% on kill for 5 seconds. And as always, my friends, do not be like me. So, okay, when you watch the gameplay and you see how beast mode this gun is, just taking these enemies out, be mindful that is without this 15% increased damage. Please don't be like me. My goodness, I can't do that. So yeah, when you're watching the gameplay, just imagine 15% more weapon damage. That's a build video, my friends. Hope you guys give this one a try. This is an awesome addition to the game. Really enjoyed using this gun because every time you take out an enemy, then the next enemy, you never know where you're gonna have to aim. If you're gonna have to aim for their feet, for the legs, for the chest, I don't know. It just gives it a different dynamic that I really like. So yeah, definitely give it a try, and if you tweak it into your own personal playstyle, because as I've always said, these builds are just templates for you guys to tweak how you want to use it. Let us know how you run it, giving us some different ideas as well. Always greatly appreciated. So we got some gameplay coming up, so stay tuned for that. Hope you guys are doing good, staying safe out there, and as always, my YouTube family, take it easy.
You're right next to the Grand Washington Hotel.
Okay, here we go. That should get their attention. Head to the service entrance on the east side of the building.
What the
Once you're inside, find a way to the atrium.
Hostile radio intercepted.
We're under attack. It might be a diversion. So be ready.
Hostile radio intercepted.
I'm heading upstairs to the hostage. Everybody, get to the atrium.
Shit. Saint's here.
The who now?
Hyena big shot. Real unpleasant. We need to kill this asshole. Floor. Take the stairs to the right of the elevators and work your way up. just found an ammo stockpile. I'm gonna detonate it. That's what you get, you dumb sons of bitches.
Doing all right there, Kelso?
As long as I'm not breathing asbestos. That blast did a lot of damage.
Elevator power has been disconnected. Do not exit.
No! Spread out! Look for survivors! This is fucking crazy! They're on me! Drop you, motherfucker! I'll get you for that!
I'm on the roof, holding for backup.
I have eyes on you, Kelso.
You see Saint?
I don't know what he looks like, but there are plenty of hostiles up there.
Not for long.
Glad you made it. Ready when you are. Let's do this.
Heads up. You've got hostiles flooding into the building from the street.
Get down there and take care of them. I got Eleanor. Manny, is Odessa on the line?
I'll patch her in. Odessa? Kelso has some news for you.
We got Eleanor.
Is she okay?
She's okay. I'm bringing her home.
Oh, good.